Well, disclosure has been a transition and a journey for me. I remember the first time I found out that I was positive. I told my mom, and she told my dad, and they were surprisingly very supportive. Uh, Keep in mind that my finding out that I was positive was also ironic and also untimely because I've been working with key populations for a long time. I was a volunteer from the age of 15 with an HIV organization supporting HIV positive persons, which happened to also be some of my friends in Belize. And so I told myself I should know better. I know better. I'm more informed. So finding out I was positive came also with a lot of shame. It also came a lot of consternation and a lot of anger because all the lessons I knew heard about HIV for me went out the door. I knew about trust, and it's somebody I trusted. I felt hurt me. Uh, Risk reduction. I thought by finding one partner that would help. I say that because the biggest thing for me living with HIV is to find strength in not only myself, but finding strength not to be angry, not to be so self-centered. Oh, woe is me, but to use what life has delivered in terms of lemons, if you want to see it like that, and to say, how do I match that to who I am, to my strengths? I am a communicator. I believe I'm a good writer, but I'm also an advocate. And I said, I can't sit back and have other people advocating for me. My parents had said, don't worry, just take your meds, don't let anybody know. Don't let anybody know because they just won't understand. Not only that, but that it would hurt it'll hurt your family name, uh, your stature. No, I disagree totally. I became more active amongst my PHIV community. I did capacity building in becoming a stronger advocate as a person living with HIV. I started to do work on positive health, dignity, and prevention. At some point in time, I even became a community leader trying to develop the first curriculum for positive health, dignity, and prevention in the Caribbean. I did that in Jamaica. And it was in Jamaica sitting down that I completed my law degree, and I just embraced being positive. Honestly, I embraced not being HIV positive, but simply being a positive person who could change other people's lives who just happen to be living with HIV. Because I realized that HIV is just one element of a much bigger development issue in my country and in my region. Look, I face bullying, I face rejection, I face questioning. I had to face, some people are very comfortable with this word, but there is high levels of racism, classism, sexism, all the isms and schisms as Bob Marley would tell us. And all of these things really feed HIV. They feed it, they make people less worthy, they put in a corner, put in somewhere to hide. And it's those things that make people vulnerable to HIV. Because you're looking out finding the wrong things, the right things or the wrong things, depending on how you look at it. So I said, I'm going to use my status, knowing where these things are connected, and let's look at the various issues. Let's improve people's lives. I started working with an NGO, a non-governmental organization in Jamaica, and I became their first ever positive programs coordinator. Before, for years, it was hard for somebody from the community to start working with the organization. They also brought people from outside the country or persons who were supportive or allied, but never somebody who was empowered enough to say, you know what, I am positive and I like to help lead my community. I was surprised when I found when they gave me a little plaque and they said to Devon, or first, and I was shocked. And I still have that I still have that at home in my room. I watch it every day. It is my work with the community that also showed me that it's not only working with the community, but for me to effect change, I had to be working with other communities as well. And I found out about the National Family Planning Board in Jamaica, which is an agency of the Ministry of Health that is responsible for really leading the HIV response in my country. And I found out that they were looking for a new director of enabling environment and human rights. And I just applied. And I feel blessed. I was selected. And now I'm actually at the center of a response in my country, the largest country in the Caribbean, in terms of what has been done in the response. I work with NGOs, I work with government agencies, I work with international partners, and every chance I make, I tell them, you know what you're telling me? How does it affect people like me? And I can say that with all the strength in the world. And I don't say it to be selfish, but I think that it's important that when we go into these policy meetings, that people know that these things are not only affecting numbers and targets, but they're affecting real lives. And who better to say that than a positive person himself?